Hey Leo, I hope you all are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for April 11th through the 15th. So this is for a 5-day time frame. Any information you need, Leo, you can find it in the description box down below. Now, I do have personals open right now. I have a deal going on. It is a 3-question video reading. It's $26.26. You get it within 48 hours. This deal is going to end on Friday, April 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you are interested, details are going to be down below in the description box, okay? Leo, we're going to go ahead and begin here. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. So if the reading's not hitting for you guys, or if you're just interested in viewing your other signs, you're more than welcome to do that, okay? Let's see what we have here for you, Leo. Oh, some of you leaving some conflict behind here between the 11th and the 14th. I'm sorry, and the 15th. So what's your overall here? Wow, 7 of Wands. Some of you could be blocking a person here. I'm wondering if for some of you this is a fellow fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I'm sorry that we're jumping right on into like a connection type energy here. That's not how all my readings are for those of you who are new. It's just kind of whatever is spilling out here. Some of you, this could be walking away from conflict at a job, but the energy seems pretty straightforward to me based on what I'm seeing. Now, for a small portion of you, I will say some of you, there could have been an issue at a job. Maybe you walked out or something happened here. And I feel like somebody may want to resolve that with you if that's the case, if it happened recently, okay? But that's not going to be, like, that's awfully specific. I feel like the energy looks more like, you know, there's been a conflict with someone, you walked away or they walked away. There's been some sort of ending or betrayal here that went on, or like there's a backstabbing energy here. And then you get this rushing in, okay? So we'll see what's going on here, but I do feel like you could end up blocking this person. If it's not a fellow fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, it might be a Pisces, a Gemini, or a Scorpio, or somebody who has Saturn in one of those signs, okay? Now, you're starting off with this 5 of Wands, chaos, conflict, competition, strife. So I do feel that, you know, for those of you where this might have been a workplace situation, somebody may have just been coming at your throat over and over again, you know, and you just got tired of it. Nothing was being done about this. So, you know, maybe that made you frustrated, made you angry. You could have walked away from this because you literally have the 8 of Cups right here. It's not just a card of leaving a situation behind. It's also a card of walking towards your fulfillment. And I do feel that for a lot of you, that could be the energy that you've been in here, is just like wanting something different. Like, not only are you being, you know, called to leave a situation, but I also feel like you're being called to go towards something else, you know? So then you get the 10 of Swords, which can be a card of backstab, betrayal, end of everything as you know it type of energy. So I do feel that for a lot of you here, maybe you walked away because you realized, you know, there's a lot of conflict here. Why is this conflict happening all of a sudden? And then you realize something's been going on that has caused a person's energy to shift. And that could be where that 10 of Swords energy is found. You know, you're realizing why somebody's shifted, you know. You get the 6 of Cups here, the past, all right? Now, this can be a card of giving, which, like I said, you know, for some of you, maybe you have like, you needed to cool off, you walked away from like a job site or something of that nature, right? And they're like, hey, you know, what happened here? That's not like you. Is there anything we can do to fix it? Da, 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 da. Some of you, that could definitely be happening. But for a lot of you, I really feel like this is someone rushing in, because then you get the Knight of Wands energy, which is fast-moving energy. And I almost wonder if it has to do with this, because the 7 of Wands is right here, right? So say, for example, you get into an argument with someone. Maybe they walk away, right? Maybe they walk away. They're not willing to fight for it. You know, 10 of Swords energy. They're like, it's, you know, it's over, it's done, da 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 da. Maybe you end up blocking this person, right? And then they're like, oh my gosh, wait. I was supposed to be in control of the ending, not you. You know, it's kind of giving me that vibe for some of you here. But I do feel like you are going to end up blocking someone, or at least setting like a very, very clear boundary sometime between the 11th and the 15th. But I'm telling you, there is a person who's rushing in. All of a sudden, this is stressing them out, because something has shifted in your energy, where maybe you weren't accepting that something was over, or maybe you weren't accepting that this wasn't going to work. And finally, when you do start to accept it and they realize that, they feel a little out of control. They may start to spiral. And I feel like that's this energy where they come rushing in. But I'm telling you guys, it feels like bad news. This person just feels like bad news. Let me see what else we have here, Leo. What else is going on here for Leo? Yeah, Leo, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Nine of Pentacles is showing up to clarify that. Five of Wands. I feel like this conflict, this argument broke out for over selfish reasons, basically. I feel like somebody was being selfish here. They were leaning into some, you know, it sort of feels a lot like, say if you were in a commitment and a person's not willing to recognize that they have to, you know, compromise, meet you in the middle about certain things, and everything that you have an issue with is genuinely just your issue. They're like, well, that's on you if that bothers you. You know, it's like, it seems like there's a person here who just wasn't really caring about your feelings in a situation, or it's possible that they were chasing their own selfish desires and not willing to invest in the connection, yet they wanted the connection to remain, you know, the same, right? So the energy feels very off here, very weird, but I do feel like an ending ends up being communicated. You got the Ace of Swords here, or there's a breakthrough where you realize I can't invest in this any longer, you know? And then you get this Temperance card clarifying the Ten of Swords. So it's like somebody all of a sudden wants to fix something now that you've come to the realization that it is the Ten of Swords, you know? I think that somebody may have been fine with the fact that you didn't recognize what was going on, but now that you do, I feel like this person's worried about what you think of them. That's so odd to me, because they didn't care when they were not being their best version, you know? So that's odd, but I do feel like somebody's trying to fix this, but it's like, where was that respect before? I feel like you're kind of just turned off by this at this point, Leo. You get the World card to clarify the Six of Cups energy here. So somebody's like, yeah, you know, I really saw us leveling up together, and da-da-da-da-da. They may even whip out some special memory that they have, that the two of you have together, or some sort of moment that you bonded over, because Six of Cups can sometimes talk about reminiscing. It feels like somebody's way of trying to like pull you back in. You get the Ace of Cups to clarify the Knight of Wands. I honestly wouldn't surprise me if this person just said whatever to pull you back in, because Ace of Cups often shows up for, like, you know, in situations like this anyway, with these types of surrounding cards, like love confessions and things like that. So Leo, I wouldn't be surprised if a person's just like pouring out their heart and soul, but it's like the respect just hasn't been there, you know? And I think that's something that's you know, it's setting off these alarms in your head, as it should, Leo. So yeah, I think it may surprise you, and you know, you may kind of get a little bit confused about what you should do when this person is revealing their feelings to you. But Four of Cups, that's a card of not being satisfied. I feel like they don't live up to what they're saying. They're just trying to gain control over the situation. Again, it's kind of the vibe that I get here, Leo. So don't be surprised if they come rushing in with confessions and saying all of the right things. But don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Because it just feels to me like this person is saying whatever so they can keep that control. It just seems to feel to me as if, you know, the second that you start to accept the ending and accept what this is and realize who this person is, they try to trip you up because they're losing control. And that's really what their problem is, unfortunately. That's what I'm seeing here for you, Leo. I know it wasn't that pleasant of a reading. I know it wasn't. I'm not dumb, you know? But you're more than welcome to watch out for your other signs. I gotta read what I get, okay? Maybe there's something better, you know, in the readings for your other signs. Maybe there's something good about work or the home or something of that nature. I'm hoping you can find a good message, you know, or a more uplifting message in your other signs. But if not, that's cool too, okay? I do have that deal open for those of you who are interested. It is a 3-question video reading. It's $26.26. You get it within 48 hours, okay? But this is going to end on Friday, April 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So everything's going to be down below in the description box if you're interested. But if this is where we part, Leo, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.